It has been a hot minute since I made a manga shop with me vlog type of video for a couple reasons. First off, I am deathly afraid of recording in public. And secondly, this year I've tried to be much more conscious about buying manga, not buy as much as I have in the past. You know, save that money so maybe I won't be living in my parents' basement when I'm 30. But today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm throwing all of that out the window. Today we're going manga shopping. I'm going to 3 different stores to find as much great manga as I possibly can. The 3 stores we're going to today is first the Half Price Books that is near my house, and then 2 locations called JCD and Hobby, which carry a bunch of things like video games, sports memorabilia, cards, and of course, manga. So I'm about to head out to go to our first stop today. If you do enjoy these manga shopping videos and want to see more, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more manga videos just like this. So without further ado, let's hop in the car and get shopping. Alright, so here we are at the first stop, Half Price Books, and immediately as I walk in, I see a bunch of 86 light novels. This is a series I've wanted to check out for so long, heard some great things about it. But if you guys don't know, this Half Price Books has blessed me so many times in the past with out-of-print stuff, just great deals, and today it was loaded. So I'll let the footage play, and I'll butt in when there's something really interesting to talk about. Speaking of which, we have my man Kenshiro with Fists of North Star. Always nice seeing these volumes. Cannot wait for more of these to come out so I can pick them up. Here I spotted a volume of The Ideal Sponger Life, and this manga, I picked up a couple of volumes when I was first collecting it at Barnes & Noble. Never heard anything about it, but just always funny to see in the wild. So now we're moving on to the black rack where they have excess stuff they can't fit on the shelf. Here you can see someone dumped their entire Orient collection with doubles, which you rarely ever see. Then we have this copy of Opus. I think this is an overrated manga, but Satoshi Kon, great manga. Maybe I have to give this one another read. And right next to that, even more amazing stuff, we have Shaman King. I think this is the complete omnibus collection, maybe missing 1 or 2. What do you guys think of these spines? I think they're colorful, they look kind of cool, but as far as mural spines go, not my favorite. And then moving down, I mean, more crazy stuff. We have almost entire complete set of Vinland Saga, and I almost picked some of these up. I checked the price, and they were a little bit more than I was willing to pay if I could replace some of my copies that are not in the best condition, but still, you do not see stuff like this very often. Here we have Burn the Witch. Don't judge a book by its cover, but personally I think this cover looks really sick. Now, as we keep going along, you can start to see some Full Metal Alchemist Full Metal editions. These are beautiful volumes. I owned a lot of these, but sold them off just because I think I'll just prefer to watch Brotherhood. But for $9.99 each, these would be an amazing pickup. Also spotted some volumes of Kaiju number 8, a series that was so hyped up, but I do not see anything about this anymore. Why is that? Is this just falling off, or am I sleeping on it? Also had the first 2 volumes of Mason Ikoku, a series I kind of want to get into, but I decided to leave these volumes here today. They also have this glass case with some of the more mature and high dollar stuff. You can see Girl on the Shore Deluxe, Book of Human Insects hardcover, which is pretty cool, but I already have, as well as this volume of Mushishi. They had even more Mushishi volumes a couple weeks ago, but I guess those have since been bought up, as well as some BL stuff, which I'm gonna have to pass on. This Half Price Books also recently started carrying VHS, and they had a lot of really good stuff, a lot of sealed stuff as well, so you'll see in the haul I ended up picking up a few VHS tapes, which were really cool. So here we are at the second stop, JCD and Hobby. This location has been not quite as good for manga as it has been in the past. As you can see, mostly new stuff here. That Wolverine Snicked is very cool. I gotta get that picked up pretty soon. But yeah, they don't have a whole lot here that caught my eye today, but I'll go ahead and show you what they had anyway. Here you can see some vinyl records. If you guys don't know, I really like vinyl. I don't have any anime or soundtrack vinyl records, but maybe I gotta get some in the near future. But as you can see, just more stuff. I found a volume of Air Gear, which is a series I've been wanting to read. I didn't know this had a physical release, or at least I forgot, so that was kind of cool to see. Also a volume of Air Gear, this is volume 2. Don't think this is too valuable, especially compared to some of the other ones, but still cool to see in the wild. I also like checking out their horror Blu-rays. You guys don't know I'm a big horror fan, and they have a pretty good selection almost all the time. Love these Alien Blu-rays, the covers are so cool. Here we are at the second JCD hobby. As you can see here behind their glass case, they have a lot of really cool games. $260 for Fire Emblem, we're just gonna go right past that. But yeah, here's their more high-dollar video games. I like looking through here, even though I very rarely buy anything from it, but it's so cool. They have a great selection. They also have this glass case that I like looking at for obvious reasons, mostly anime figures and horror stuff. Just a really cool display. But here we are at the manga shelf, and this location has a pretty big selection, and sometimes they have some hidden gems, so I always like coming here, even though it is a little bit out of the way. Here's some volumes of Eyes by Masakazu Katsura. I read this recently. Not often seen in the wild, and I mean $3.99 per volume. That is a great deal. Saw this volume of Knights of the Zodiac and my heart kind of dropped. I don't think this one's too valuable. It's kind of faded down the spine, so I passed on it, but still, another series you just do not see in the wild. Also, these two omnibuses of Magic Knight Rayearth by Clamp. You're not going to see it in the manga hall because I passed up here, but actually called in like an hour ago to see if I could get these reserved, so I should be picking those up pretty soon here. And as you can see, they just have a lot of really cool selection for especially people getting into manga, like One Punch Man, you saw My Hero Academia, all for less than half retail or below, which is really cool. I mean, just great if you're trying to get into manga. Also some Shaman King volumes, none of the rare ones, but again, really cool to see in the wild. Here we have the Clover Omnibus. Actually have the singles for this. Read this recently. It is a weird one, but I would still recommend it. Here you can see an entire set of Attack on Titan. A couple weeks ago, they had a 35% off manga sale. I was thinking about picking up the set, but I didn't. New thing, though, is this entire set of Dragon Ball Z. So cool. And again, if you're looking to get into manga, buy these series for cheap. They have a great selection, but I already have most of this stuff, so not for me personally. Also, some Hellsing volumes. These are really cool to see. It doesn't have 9 or 10, so I didn't pick them up, but $5, just a great deal. And then they have some completed manga sets. Nothing I was interested in, but still pretty cool. Alright, we are officially back from manga shopping, and I'll put a little asterisk next to manga shopping because I ended up buying a lot of stuff with the minority being manga, but I still came away with a lot of stuff, probably more than I should have come away with, but we'll go ahead and get started off with the books I picked up, starting things off with volumes 1 through 3 of the 86 light novel. Now, as you saw in the video, they had way more 86 volumes than just these first 3, but I decided, for the sake of saving money and not just going all out, I wanted to at least try this light novel first before I had a big stack of books just sitting on my shelf for God knows how long. But yeah, 86 is a light novel that I've wanted to try for so long. I've heard some really good things about it from other manga tubers and just people on the internet, and actually owned several volumes for this series several months ago, but I did not have the the first volume, so I couldn't get started. I ended up just selling them off because I didn't know when I was going to get the first volume, but now I can finally get started on reading this light novel. If you've read this and have some thoughts on it, leave them down in the comments below. And the other manga pickup for the day, something you did not see in the video as I picked it up yesterday, but is still really exciting. Here we have volumes 1 through 4 of Clamp's Chobits. As you can see here, I have 1 through 4 complete of the 20th anniversary hardcovers of Chobits, as opposed to those ugly looking singles you can get. I just think this is a great release, and as some of you guys know, I've been reading a lot of Clamp stuff recently, whether it be X1999 or Clover, but when I saw these on the rack at the Half Price Books, you know I had to pick them up as I've been looking to get into even more Clamp stuff. None of their stuff has really clicked with me that I've read so far, but I'm hoping Chobits will be the one. And I already took the price stickers off of these, but I believe these were $12.50 each, so I got this whole set for around $41, which is about, again, half price what you can buy these for retail. So yeah, I'm gonna need all my Clamp fans in the comments to let me know, where do you rank Chobits in your Clamp ranking? Is it one of their best? Is it one of their worst? It's one I've heard a lot about, so I'm really excited to dive into this one and see what it's all about. So moving on from manga, the next two things I got at the Half Price Books are two video games for the PS2 in the same series. That is going to be Burnout Revenge and Burnout 3 Takedown. For the past couple weeks, I've been going back and forth trying to decide which one of these games do I want to buy. When I saw these both for like $10 at the Half Price Books and I had 10% off, I decided I just had to pick up both. And you know, I usually try to stay away from the ugly red PlayStation greatest hits, but for the price I got these games for, I really can't complain, and I'm super stoked to slide these discs into the PS2 and play these games. Next up at the second stop, or the first JCD and hobby I visited today, I didn't pick up any manga, but I did pick up two Blu-rays that I'm really excited about. The first one we have here is Saw 2. Recently, I've been watching these Saw movies, and I would say the second one is my favorite so far, so I decided to pick this up. It was $5. It's a very gory and fun movie, so this will be a nice addition to the horror collection. And then the second Blu-ray we have here is, of course, Aliens. I just love this slipcover. I don't know if you can tell, but it's like textured, it's raised, you can feel the xenomorph. This is just a really cool release, and for only $6, you just can't beat that. And last but not least, we have something that I really don't find myself picking up very often, and that is VHS tapes. Now, I do have a very small VHS horror collection that I'm really only hoping to keep below like 10 tapes in total, because I don't want a whole VHS collection. That sounds like a pain in the ass to store. But it looked like the Half Price Books recently had a very cool VHS collection donated to them with a lot of sealed stuff, which I did pick up. So I'll go ahead and show you all what I got. Starting with the non-sealed stuff, we have Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome. I kind of got burned on this one because first printings of this can go upwards of like $40, but I don't think this is the first printing. But at only $2.50, I mean, you can't really go wrong with that. Next, we have Barry Lyndon. This is actually a 2-tape set. This is one of my all-time favorite movies, probably top 5. Not too interested in keeping the VHS because why would I watch this movie on VHS? But still really cool to find in the wild for $2 as well. Then another one of my favorite movies, we have Trainspotting on VHS. And then moving on to the sealed stuff, first we have Taxi Driver. Then we have Night of the Hunter, really good movie. And then sealed copies of both Terminator and Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Again, this one is one where if you have a sealed first printing, this can go for crazy money. Unfortunately, I don't think that's the case for this one, but still really cool to find these VHS tapes sealed in the wild. So guys, that is the entire haul from today of manga and I guess movie and video game shopping, but hopefully you guys enjoyed going along for the ride, seeing the manga shelves and these stores, and seeing what I picked up at the very end. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more manga videos just like this. So yeah, this has been ThePromG. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and as always, hope to catch you in the next one.